So I got the 97 Mustang at my home shop, and what I've been working on the last day is I've kind of got the original, that's the original ECU harness that goes into the engine bay. And I've got it pretty much de-loomed here so I can go through and take out wires I don't need. So this is the original ECM plug. There are a couple circuits in there I'm going to reuse, which is why I'm doing this. This is the factory. Basically, it's like a solid state relay box, and it controls the cooling fans, the fuel pump, and the AC. So my plan is to kind of reuse this to trigger those circuits on its own. And it really wouldn't be that bad to just basically use the computer and harness from the new Mustang and tie it all together. So I may do that. However, I also have this standalone swap harness from Ford that kind of just, you know, it tells you, hey, put 12 volts here, put ground there. And I could use this as well, but that harness is about $2,000 and they don't even make it anymore. So I kind of was wanting to keep that just to have as a standalone. Either way, I'm gonna need parts of this because I want everything to work like factory. So you get in, you cut the key on, everything will function. You would never even know that a different engine is in the car. So that's the, you know, about the best way, the professional way to do it. There's no reason to kind of, you know, just add relays like somebody has in the engine bay here. You could just add standalone relays like that, but I don't like doing that if you've already got the fuse box and all the architecture from the original car. So I am going to keep all the original AC stuff as well, and it'll kind of just work with this engine. So I've gone through and labeled and thinned everything out. So basically, some of this stuff I still probably won't use. Like there's the check engine light. I don't know if the new PDM will actually trigger that. Let's see. Yep. So you got CAN bus, stuff like that. Again, I don't know if the new PCM will even communicate over CAN bus. Not much of this car is CAN bus. So, but again, I didn't want to take it totally out. So here's a bunch of grounds I could use. Here's the starter motor control. This controls the fuel pump, the fan, and the PCM relay. So all the outputs will still just go to where they did from the factory. And then, you know, this is where I can actually use some of the inputs from my PCM to trigger it. And these are all the original PCM power wires, which I can use to power the Coyote computer. So that's going to be my plan, is to more or less just adapt this harness to the new computer. Like I said before, I already have like the new computer harness that's needed to splice in. So the only thing I need is like a trans harness. And this will actually be, I don't want to say simpler, but trying to find somewhere those wires and make it look nice and neat. Either way, I would have had to pull all this out. So I'm just going to go ahead and use these as like the factory harness. So the computer will mount somewhere right in here, which is pretty much where that harness sits anyway. So it took, I don't know, 5 hours or so today kind of going through this. And I'm sure there's still some other stuff to do. But the next thing I'll do is go ahead and get it kind of mounted back in the car and kind of see where my leads are running to and what needs to go where. So I got this plugged back up and then went ahead and kind of ran the wires where they should go. Ended up having to retape some of it just because some of the routing changed. So all this will go through this hole right here into the chassis. I say all this, at least these plugs will. Some of these I may need out here, which is why I kind of haven't fed it through the hole yet. But yeah, this is the factory inlines here. This will go, like I said, to the radiator fans and such there. These are just some of the inputs I'll have to rewire. This is going to work just fine, I think. And I will loom all this. So I think that'll pretty much take care of most of the ECU inputs. And okay, so I have a first-gen Mustang computer sitting here. This harness comes straight off the engine. There's nothing you need to do to that. I don't have a transmission harness. Otherwise, this would literally go straight down to the transmission and control things like that. So you would normally just plug these two in, and the only thing you would have to wire would be this connector. And what I've done is I've depinned this and have only the necessary connections in here. So it's really not that much. The reason it looks like it so much, and kind of everybody at my house is sick right now, so I guess I'm getting it, but is you have to run your foot pedal, the throttle pedal, off of this, as well as the mass airflow. So that alone accounts for like 9 wires. The rest are pretty much just like power, ground, as well as some control circuits for like the fan relay, stuff like that. So I don't have cruise control in here, and I don't believe the PCM controls anything AC related. But it's on the SN95, the AC and stuff like that is controlled actually off the CCRM, I believe. So it wouldn't matter anyway. So yeah, I've kind of got, this is the best way to do it, is kind of get it where you're going to want to mount the PCM. E is going to be in this corner right here. And then that way, when you build your harness, you know everything will kind of connect where it needs to. So this car will keep some of the factory plugs and stuff, so all the factory functions will work. I've kind of rerouted some of the harness here. Everything's kind of running that way. And then some of these pigtails I'll have to extend to run up the harness into the engine bay, but not too bad. I didn't tape some of this just, you know, because some of the pathways there. That goes to the AC. But yeah, this will go back into the chassis for some of the body side functions. But more or less, I mean, this harness would be able to be pulled out or, you know, put back in, whatever you wanted to do. Everything on this will pretty much be factory. Nothing hardwired, nothing like that. You pull the engine super easy, all that. So, so far I'm pretty happy with what I'm seeing, and I don't really see a reason to use the control pack ever. I'd much rather use chassis side functions off the original car. I think that's going to work just fine for this swap. This is not a 2014 Mustang GT, by the way. It is a 1997. And that's communicating straight through the OEM body harness. Alright, so I'm connected here. I can read codes and everything through the, like I said, the OEM SN95 harness. So I don't have, like, you know, injectors, anything like that hooked up. Of course, there's still a mobilizer because I'm not using this PCM. To run the car, I'm just using it to test everything in case something happened. You know, I don't care if I brick this one. I don't want to brick my control pack. So, throttle position, sensor, you know, stuff like that also needs to be hooked up. But, yeah, either way, we're communicating through the SN95 body harness. So I'm working on the fuel system to the Coyote swap car there. All the AM stuff should be here tomorrow. The OEM fuel pump for these cars are not, it doesn't make enough pressure. Stuff like that for the Coyote. So what I've done is I had a stock fuel hat for a, this might be a S550 or S197 sitting around, and I basically robbed the pump out, put out the trash, and I basically, so what that is the S550 connector, and I crimped the SN95 wires to it so there's no splicing. That's also the S550 fuel pump with the pickup, maybe I don't know. Either way, that's a Coyote fuel pump. So yeah, right into the SN95 pickup tube there. So free, simple, and should work just fine. And I have tested this pump. You know, I kind of wish the sock was cleaner, but you know, it's an old pump. So what I'm about to do now is stick it in here and pretty much hook up the fuel relay. That way I can drain some of this old gas out of the tank. And I'll let this run a while because I did run some WD-40 through it. Just to kind of lubricate it up, but we'll, you know, kind of let it run a while without getting everything 100% back together. That way if something happens, I got another fuel hat over there, I'll rob that fuel pump. There it is, S550 fuel pump. No problems. Just gotta get that old gas out. I don't know how long this car sat, I think a few years. This is the only hose I had laying around, but there's the S550 pump in the OEM location. So tomorrow I should have all the AM stuff. Basically what I'm going to do is just adapt the factory fuel lines here into like a Corvette style fuel filter. One will return, it'll return off of the filter and then it'll go to the fuel rail. I've done this in the past and really no tune changes, nothing like that. Fuel system will be done, so that's it. So here's the fuel lines, the filter slash regulator, and then it goes to the rail. And more or less, the fitting I ordered, so the feed line on this car has 2 nipples there. and so the fitting I ordered wouldn't work with that. What I ended up doing was just tying into the rear fuel filter. It was this 5/16 nipple. So that'll be it on this part of the video. In the next one, I'm gonna go over kind of the checklist of things I look at before I try to crank one, using my all-tail scanners, kind of going through live data, also checking oil pressure. So stay tuned for that one, and I'll see you guys in it.